power of Mr. Rogers. Let's all sing that together. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? I mean, end of service. There you go. That's the message. Won't you be my neighbor? That's right. Let's just all leave now. No. All right, so our morning chant today, we've been singing This Big Light of Mine, I'm Gonna Let It Shine. We're switching this month to I woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. And so I'm gonna invite you to stand up. You see I've got my tambourine. Our music director is gonna lead us in singing this a cappella.
Hey, yeah, we're friends, so we clap on 2 and 4, right? Okay, here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Wake up a little faster. Here we go. Walking and talking with my mind stayed on spirit. Walking and talking with my mind stayed on spirit. Walking and talking with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. One more time, we woke up, wake up. Here we go. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on spirit. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Okay, are you hallelujah'd up yet? Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for warming us up there, Phyllis. Woo. Well, welcome everyone to Unity of Bloomington. Whether you're here in person, maybe you're watching online, thanks for showing up. My name is Susan. I'm always honored when I get to be your Sunday service leader. So this first Sunday in March, you can almost feel spring trying to bust through between those goofy snowstorms, but it's coming. It's March. So if this is your first Unity of Bloomington experience, we'd love to get your feedback. There's a little blue form in the pocket in the seat in front of you. If you would jot out your impressions and put it in the love offering basket, that'd be terrific. Also, anyone who might want some prayer support, you'll find a prayer request form in the pocket as well. So it's really easy to stay in touch with what's going on here at Unity. My personal favorite is the weekly e-newsletter. It's just so jam-packed with information, and there's pictures to break it up. Other ways, if you are a paper person, take the bulletin home. It's got a list of activities and announcements. Also, we have a monthly calendar for you paper people. It sticks to the fridge with a magnet and is easy to reference. But if you're more inclined to be an internet person, we have a Facebook page, we have a YouTube channel, we have Instagram, and of course, we have a wonderful website. So easy to keep up with what's going on. So a couple of quick announcements for today. Have you ever wanted to take a workshop with a certified neuroplastician and learn the science between the mind-body connection? Well, today's your lucky day. Matt Rowe, our very own Matt Rowe. Matt, would you stand up, please? And he's going to lead a health and wellness workshop after the service. It'll probably start around noon. Get some snacks first. And learn some techniques for a deeper spiritual connection to your health, how our mind, body, spirit is really connected. There's a science behind it. Also, today is the last day to meet with Joni Spain to give any ideas for your fundraising project. Then after today, we're going to put together a schedule of all of the events that have been proposed, and there's over a dozen of them. Stay tuned to see which ones you might want to sign up for. And thirdly, the choir practice. We'll be meeting this coming Saturday, March 7th, because March the 8th is another music Sunday. I know we usually have it on the 5th Sunday, but things are different this month. Also, I want to bring to your attention, next Sunday, turn your clock spring forward. So next Sunday starts the daylight savings time thing. So if you don't, you're inclined to be late by an hour to church. So just a little heads up reminder. And Reverend Minnassa is going to be up for the next announcement.
I want to share a story. This is pre cell phones running the show when it comes to changing the time. I worked with the woman who came to work an hour late, and we're all like, and she's like, and we realized, did you not change your clocks? Well, she had just dropped her kids off at school and had wondered why there was no one there for the pickup line. And so, so she had to, of course, run out the door, call the school, run out. So nowadays, our cell phones take care of that, but I always change one of my, like the clock on my stove or the microwave, so I know that something has changed. So, don't be late. I want to talk to you today about the Abundance Book and our 40 Days of Prosperity. I've just been presented by some people like there's a lack of clarity around this. And so I was all excited about it because this book has changed my life. The house that I live in, all the things that have healed my consciousness began with using this book, The Science of Getting Rich, and Think and Grow Rich, all of these affecting the consciousness. So this little book, it's 79 pages. The first 29 pages lay out what it's about, the theology, the abundance plan, and then on page 30, it follows 10 statements of principles, which you read out loud every day. Because again, we're trying to change your consciousness. I'm taking my prosperity class as part of my unity process of becoming ordained unity. And yes, Charles Fillmore was get it right in here. Get it right in here. So page 30, start today. Say, why I didn't start with you guys? Just start today. All right? We can all, this is about getting us all on the same page in consciousness. And this is something simple you can do. Takes you, Seb and I got in here and recorded the first 10 statements. I don't even think it took us 10 minutes. It was like boom, 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 boom. Right? We're consuming a great amount of spirituality. Let's pour some of that back. You guys know I want this carpet out of here. Right? It costs money. But prosperity can come in different ways. Someone in here knows someone that owns the carpet company. And we would love to give them, they can't give us the carpet for free, but we can give it to you half price. We'll give you an in-kind donation for the other half. Right? Let's think, increase our prosperity. We're going to have babies downstairs. We're going to need furniture for babies. Oh, Brianne had her baby yesterday, by the way. Yes. So I'm just saying, the May's got a 1-year-old on the way coming to spend time with us. So Josh and Karen, if you remember Josh, who played here one Sunday, him and his fiance having a baby. So I'm saying we are already getting prosperous in that way. Let's increase in prosperity. So you say, I don't want to read the book. Good. Turn to page 30 and every day read one of the 10 statements of principles. It's that simple. This is about becoming in alignment with the divinity that we are, with the abundance that we are, and then bringing that forward. See, even Waylon's like, this is simple. Just come on and do it, okay? Andy, so if you have any questions, see me afterwards. There's a few books left. Page 30 is where it begins.
So last month, February, we celebrated Black History Month. This month, March, is Women's History Month. Our theme for March is Rooted in Her Story, Rising in Her Power. We have a corresponding affirmation, which I invite you to say with me. Grounded in the courage of women before me, I rise in divine strength and creative power. And now, if it feels comfortable to stand up, we're going to sing the welcome song.
Just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just what I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
That statement could not be more true. If you are wondering, if however you are, if you are welcome here, yes. Your soul, the very essence of who you are, is welcome here. And if you present with purple hair tattoos, you welcome here. If you present straight lace, you welcome here. If you don't know what you is, but you're here, you're welcome here. That is the truth of this sacred and loving space. All right, so this is the time class. See, Nora's ready to go. Class is in session. So Nora, Asher, are you going to go today? Waylon and Mayberry, Elsa. So Sarah and Elsa, make sure we touch base today after service. In case you have to run out, I need to get you. And Mayberry and Elsa, will you please be Tegan's helpers today? All right? Oh, that's right. They go downstairs to Michael May. So then we're fine. Perfect. I forgot. It's first Sunday. All right. Thank you very much. And now as we come to our namaste moment. And yes, spring. It is so good. Y'all know my mom's coming next week. So I'm like, yeah, that snow needs to go away. She's not ready for this weather. She can deal with rain somewhat. And look at this beautiful image. Seb, this is gorgeous. Thank you so much. Before we begin the namaste moment, I'm going to ask my niece to come forward. I want to introduce you to my niece, Raven. Come up here. So Raven has come to live with me. As you know, she's been estranged from my family, but she wouldn't let that happen, and she reached out to us and came and saw me after Gail passed away. And me and Lily got to her. And so she is here, so you'll see her around, hopefully more than you see Lily. No, okay. Please, remove this from the tape. But we did welcome her. We got her a national championship football shirt, of course. Go Hoosiers. She's got a Pacers shirt. I mean, we brought her out in style, got her snacks, popcorn, and everything. So my little girl Raven is here. And so it's time for us to recognize what is springing forth in each one of us. There is life, there is love, there is healing. I'm taking healing and wholeness and the prosperity class as part of my unity process. And Wow, Myrtle Fillmore, she don't play. She don't, it's like, you're supposed to be healthy, do it. It's like, okay, Myrtle, whatever you say, I'm gonna be healthy, right? And Charles Fillmore said, whatever, you better be prosperous too. And so let's today, as we honor one another, see the health and the wealth in each other that begins within. And so namaste, namaste, and you are free to move about the cabin. As we come into this time of prayer, I just want to begin with a pause. There's just too much going on in the world, and I'll be really trying to hold that consciousness and that alignment. But like, where's Nancy Guthrie? Right? An 84-year-old woman, we don't know where she is? What is that about? It's like, doesn't the FBI watch CSI? This is something you get figured out, right? But my gosh, if I didn't know where my mother was for one day, I'd be wigging out. What is happening in this country that an 84-year-old woman, on whatever the circumstances are, no, you better bring her back home. And if she has left this planet, then tell us that so we can stand with this family that will be grieving. This is crazy. You know, I look at this administration and I made my mind up that if this is what folks want, this is what they can have. But they're just doing too much at this point. Just like, I took civics in the 12th grade. I know that the Constitution tells the powers of the president, the Congress, and the Supreme Court. That's just education, not politics. Just doing too much. And so when I come to prayer, I need that time to quiet my soul. And so let us take that holy pause. It's just too much. Too much. But not too much when we align with the divine mind and we remember our oneness. And so let us, from that space, breathing in and out, there is one presence, one power, one life expressing as all. That life is love. That life is wisdom. That life is peace. And that life is our life now. This morning we rest in the presence. We give thanks for the sacred ground we stand upon, for those who came before us, for the strength that has carried us here, for the courage that continues to rise within. And as we honor Women's History Month, we simply acknowledge the resilience, faith, and creative power that flows through generations. We affirm the same divine life that animated them animates us now. Where there is division in the world, we choose awareness. Where there has been tension and is tension, we choose understanding. And where there is fear, we choose love. We center ourselves in higher consciousness. We root ourselves in strength. And we rise in divine authority. As this service continues, may our hearts gently open more. May we listen and interact with compassion. And may we grow in wisdom together. This we know for sure, that we are held in love. We are guided by wisdom. We are sustained by peace. And we do that by resting in the presence, in the knowing that all is well. And so it is.
Mr. Rogers asked the question, won't you be my neighbor? And you heard that this morning. Jesus then said, love your neighbor as yourself. But that means we have to love ourselves first before we can love our neighbors. Now there's a phrase that says when we sing, we pray twice. So we're going to sing and pray this morning. The words, I love myself so much, and I have to use hand motions because I forget who goes where. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. So we're going to sing it 3 times. It's short. It's just those 4 lines. We're going to sing it 3 times. The first time you can look at the words, and then you've got it. And then the second time I want you to turn to somebody next to you and sing it to them. And the third time, turn to somebody else and sing it to them. And then we're going to stop, and I'm going to give you further instructions, okay? So stand up. So you can watch the words first and then turn to the person next to you and then turn to somebody else. There we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. Turn to somebody next to you. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. Pick somebody new. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. Okay, stop for just a minute. Return to your seat. I want you to, not sitting down, which you can sit or stand, I don't care. Close your eyes. And I want you to visualize the person who most irritates you right now. I'm serious. It could be a parent, it could be one of your kids, it could be your next door neighbor, it could be a political figure. So picture that person. Close your eyes and picture that person. And we're going to sing this 2 more times, to that person. That's how you start. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. One more time. I love myself so much that I can love you so much, that you can love you so much, that you can start loving me. Thank you.
And now we're ready for today's inspirational reading. And our reading today comes from the Daily Word, Unity publication. If you don't already subscribe, you might want to pick up a copy. We have several on the table outside in the lobby there. And today's reading is really about living the Namaste consciousness. It's really about the Namaste consciousness. We are one in spirit. It's a wonderful feeling to know at a deep level that every person in the world is divine, even that irritating one that we just brought to mind. Even if they don't realize it, I know they are spiritual beings. This understanding is my call to behold our oneness in all that I think, say, and do. Even if I feel challenged by certain individuals or situations, and who doesn't, I keep our oneness, our kinship as members of the one human family at the forefront of my awareness. Compassion flows from my desire to treat others the way I want to be treated. Kindness springs from my wish to live in a harmonious, friendly world. Cooperation generates patience and forgiveness where there once was conflict. I behold the Christ, the divine, in all people. We are all divine. Musical inspiration, Here's to the Women by Phyllis Wycliffe.
Okay, you get to sing again. We're honoring women this month. There are lots of people in our society, and we honor them one by one. This month, we're focusing on women. This is a folk song. It's a story song. It tells the story of women through the ages. It strikes me more as a drinking song than anything else. I'm just going to tell you that right now. It has 4 verses. Has 4 or 5 verses, I'm not sure which. 4 lines in each verse, and then a chorus. So we're going to put the words to the chorus up on the screen, and you're going to join me on the chorus. And if you want to raise your glass on the last line, it's so here's to the women. Well, that's fine. Okay? Andy? See what I mean? Sounds like a drinking song. History books give us historical facts of soldiers and sailors and men with their axes, but who filled their bellies and who washed their clothes, who raised up the children, who nurtured their souls. Here we go. Without all the women, now where would we be? Working and caring throughout history, their hands on the plow, but their stories untold. So here's to the women who shouldered the load. The wilderness held you in the palm of her hand. It took more than muscle to settle this land. Women together went straight to the task, with libraries and schools, us cities at last. Without all the women, now where would we be? Working and caring throughout history, their minds on the plow, but their stories untold. So here's to the women who shouldered the load. It's down at the factory, it's out on the line. A woman is working from morning to night. Her mind on the children, her hand on the frame. If the kids get in trouble, it's she who's to blame. Without all the women, now where would we be? Working and caring throughout history, their hands on the plow, but their stories untold. So here's to the women who shouldered the load. Then it's back home again to do supper and chores, canning and mending and scrubbing the floors. We scarce see the children before they're in bed. It's a hard life to follow for beans and hard bread. Without all the women, now where would we be? Working and caring throughout history, their hands on the plow, but their stories untold. So here's to the women who shouldered the load. In hard times and good times, the women would share their songs and their stories, their loves and their fears, their histories recorded. The song never ends in the memories of mothers and sisters and friends. Without all the women, now
don't know if this is a good sign or a bad sign, since I'm always talking about how I like to drink, and now we're singing drinking songs in the center. Just saying. It's a good thing. You know, one of the Greensleeves, the song, it's a Christmas song. Now it went out of my mind, but, you know, it's called Greensleeves, but then it has a Christmassy name to it. But, you know, Greensleeves is how you identified the women who worked in a certain industry. And then we turned it into a Christmas song. It's like, okay, there you go. A priest was being honored with an award at his retirement dinner, having served the parish for 30 years, and to mark the occasion, a prominent member of the congregation, who was a United States Supreme Court justice, was asked to give the presentation and make a short speech afterwards. Everyone was excited to hear the justice's remarks. However, he was delayed in traffic, so the priest decided, you know, let me fill in and make a few remarks while everyone is waiting. The priest said, I got my first impression of this parish from the first confession I heard, and I thought I had been assigned to a terrible place. The first person in confession told me he burglarized his neighbor's house, stole 3 TVs, and lied about it to the police when questioned, and he got away with it. He stole money from his parents and his employer. He had an affair with his boss's wife. He gave his, since we have children-in-law, his sister a gift that she probably didn't want. Was arrested for indecent exposure and has taken illegal drugs. I was appalled that any one person could commit so many terrible acts. However, as time went on, I saw that my flock here was not a reflection of that one person. Indeed, I had come to a fine parish full of kind, good, and loving people. Just as the priest finished his remarks, the Supreme Court justice arrived. He received a standing ovation and, you know, asked everyone to sit down. And he said, I'll never forget the first day our parish priest arrived. In fact, I had the honor of being the very first person to go to confession. Yes, you guys are like, what? That's right. So, did you like that, Dan? That's right, Patty. It's like, yeah, right? You told the story and then had it, all right. That's right. We can all start out some kind of way, but in the end, we can still turn out all right. So, community, as we begin Women's History Month, we stand on sacred ground, as the song we just heard, prepared by courageous women. We are rooted in the prayers of our grandmothers, rooted in the protest of our foremothers, rooted in women who were told no and they said, bet, watch me. Rooted in women who built families, movements, churches, and communities. We are rooted in her story. And because we are rooted, we are rising. So today, we're asking the spiritual question that stretches us, that we began in our celebration of Black History Month. Who is my neighbor? We understand how division is manufactured, how fear and outrage are often monetized. And so today, we're going to examine another divide in this country, the gender divide. And let me tell you, it's a big space. If you go on TikTok, there are women of all stripe, all ethnicities, saying, I'm done with men. I'm not going to have a man living in my house. I'm sick of them. They can't talk. They can't hold a conversation. This, boom. So don't have a man in your house. If you want to date them, that's fine. But I'm like they're serious. They even went to some older Black women, and they said, well, Granny, you know, don't let that man in your house. There is a real movement in women's hearts. Say, well, TikTok doesn't represent that, but there are studies, science, that something is happening in women in this country where men are being devalued. You say, well, this is Women's History Month. It is. And, you know, in my community, what Black men are saying is, well, you should do like your granny did and stay with grandpa no matter what. And then now we say she couldn't get her own bank account. She couldn't get a house loan. That's why she didn't go. She couldn't. But today, thanks to the civil rights movement, the women's rights movement, and to DEI, women are flourishing. They are loving their freedom. And this is creating a backlash. At the same time, we're seeing online misogyny, incel communities formed around resentment, and hostility towards women's independence. And so let's talk about it. Misogyny and this fear of women's independence and an unhealthy patriarchy system that traps men into a very small way of being is costing women their lives. Nearly 1 in 4 women in the United States experience severe intimate partner violence. Online harassment disproportionately targets women, especially women of color. Trans women are getting killed at a rate that's too fast, and what the men say is, I was shocked. Well, listen, you was feeling some kind of way, and then you found out she had some extra equipment. That's on you. You should have been like, oh, maybe I'm going to get double the treat, right? But no, now you want to be shooting. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, let me get double the treat, right? But no, I'm going to pull out a gun and shoot her, right? Because this narrow way that this patriarchy defines men is as unbeneficial to men as it is to women. And that's what I want to talk about today. And about the consciousness, right? This isn't just about politics, it's about the consciousness. Just like the reading we had and from our daily word, if we really believe that each other was one, it wouldn't matter who you love, how you present, what clothes you wear, how you want to be they, them, her, she, it, dog, cat, pet, whatever. It shouldn't matter. But it does. And then we've got to work on our consciousness. And so the question is, who is my neighbor? And are men and women neighbors? And how do we increase that? The same system that diminishes women also diminishes men. When we have Black History Month, we're looking at a systematic issue that pushes what the contributions of African Americans to this country out of the school books, off history. When we celebrate Women's History Month, we're doing the same thing. We're not saying men are bad. We're saying that this system is bad. So part of my inspiration, a friend of mine told me about this book, and so it really got me to thinking, For the Love of Men. Because men right now aren't having a good time. And that's not right. Right? So we're going to talk about that, For the Love of Men, taking a systematic look at masculinity in the United States. Just like with Black History Month, when we try to say, hey, there are some unfair things here, most white Americans go, I'm not bad. I didn't have nothing to do with slavery. Okay, calm down. All right, take a breath. We're talking about the system. The book, The Healer's Code, Cracking the Healer's Code. That's the whole point of that book. If white Americans realized how bad racism, prejudice, and bigotry was affecting them, it'd be over in a day. And the same thing is true, that if men understood that this narrow way that they're allowed to be was affecting them in the toxic way that it is, they'd stop it. And so let's talk about it. Patriarchy is a system that reflects a certain type of consciousness. It teaches women, be smaller, be agreeable, be pleasing, right? You'd be pretty if you smiled more. Right? You know, no one cares what you think. Right? A woman's place is in the kitchen. Right? I get up here and I tell those blonde jokes. Dan was trying to talk to me about something today. And I was like, huh? Okay, what? Like literally, I was like, huh? What? What is huh? And I thought, oh my God. So I told Dan that one time so this isn't a new occurrence of mine. I was acting like that one day in high school. Some boy was trying to talk to me about something. I was like, huh? What? Huh? Da-da. So he came up to me. He was talking to me, looked at my hair, and he goes, yeah, I see those blonde roots in there. Right? To explain my dunceness that I was having, right? Right? So again, that society that blondes, aren't as smart as everyone else, and that women are weaker. Yeah, I can't get out there like Roy with the chainsaw. You see Roy be knocking trees down the yard. Okay, Roy, go ahead. Right? But if you need me to stand in front of you because someone's talking some mess to you, check it out. Plus size or not, you ready to go down? Right? That's that woman's strength, right? I'll pull all my ancestor power, you be in the way. Right? So no, I can't get the chainsaw and cut stuff. But need be, I might cut. No, I'm kidding. Right? But it also teaches men to not cry, to dominate or disappear. Masculinity has been narrowly constructed. Boys are often socialized away from emotion, rewarded for stoicism, teased for being tender. I think about it, why is it guys just can't cry, but Michael Jordan, when he wins the championship, can hold that championship thing, trophy, and cry his eyes out on national TV. And no one said, you weakling, you coward, you. They're like, yeah, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Kevin Garnett. They're all just, you give them to the NFL guys, and they're just crying. Okay, why is it okay for them to cry then? You just won something. That ain't nothing, right? No. But when your feelings are hurt, why can't you cry then? When you're overjoyed and happy, why can't you cry then? When you need help, why, right? How many women have been in the car and you're like, pull over and ask somebody. Ask another man if you must. Right? Because we tell men, you're weak if you need help. That's stupid. But again, that same structures that minimize men is what we're seeing women in the world react to. I don't want that. Okay, thank you. I know how to change my tire. I got my own bank account. I got my own house. I got my own money. What I need from you is emotional capacity. Right? And we didn't train men to be like that. And so we need to look at the consciousness. Because I talked with my friend Karen. She told me men are not good in this country right now. 80% of suicide deaths in this country are men. Men are far less likely to seek mental health treatment. Because why? Men don't ask for help, and you don't want to look weak. And young men are reporting increasing loneliness, with many reporting no close friendships. This is a cry for help, and evidence that men need help. Because what do us women do? Cry, get on the phone, cry, have a women's day, go out to have little mimosas, get in our journal and write about it, go to the therapist. What happens when men don't have that capacity? Think about every school shooting. Some man mad about something that had nothing to do with that. What did kids do to you? This is an image that not that I want to get it out of my head, but in Los Angeles, some anti-Jewish man, went to a Jewish daycare and decided to shoot the place up. And the image in my mind is the teacher and about 10 little kids. No one got hurt, thank God. All their guardian angels were, doing like Wonder Woman, trying to deflect all that stuff. But 10 little kids walking in a line, holding hands to get out of there. And I think you can feel however you want to feel about Jews, but not one of those little kids is the cause of whatever your problem is. Why did you go there? Because he didn't either know or feel like he had a healthy way to deal with that. Where women, what do? We cry it out. We journal it out. We wash it out. Right? We get in the house and do housework and get all that feeling out. Right? Go on over to Owens Valley Winery and drink it out. But we have limited half of our society from being able to fully experience their wholeness. And on this Women's History Month, as women rise, we're not wanting to push men down. We're wanting them to rise up with us. Rise into a healthier way of being, healthier expression, knowing that you are in a safe space. Because when shame is unhealed, map of consciousness. Ron, Jana, I'm telling you, this thing is like gold. But I put it in a different way this time. When shame is the way of how you interact, your view of life is miserable. And misery loves company. And if men feel shame for feeling some kind of way, and they don't have a healthy way to express it, if they have fear and don't have a way to express it, oftentimes everyone else gets the punishment. Or if he could just go in the corner and cry, or go have some shopping therapy, we would have been okay. Because oftentimes shame unhealed turns into anger and even violence. Now, I'm not attacking men. Again, this is about the system that makes half of our population not able to be whole. And as women, right, we're all into the divine feminine and getting our chakras in alignment and stepping into our power. We want to invite our brothers to do the same. You too now can step into your divine masculine, which is holistic. It's a whole bunch of emotions. I have a friend who transitioned and is a trans woman, and he said one of the things once he got on that estrogen, he was like, oh my God, I'm crying all the time. I'm like, yes, welcome to our world. He felt feelings he had pushed down forever. Welcome to the world of feelings. A harmful patriarchal system harms men and women, and we've got to check the consciousness that makes that okay. Women, when we agree to that consciousness, we are a part of the harmful system.
Minnassa,
Yes.
God bless you. I appreciate you bringing this up. I appreciate you broaching the subject of suicide. I want to say that my brother in 1978.
Put it, get closer to the mic.
Closer?
Yes.
Okay. In 1978, my brother on that scale was at 7. That's off the scale.
So below shame.
He took his own life in 1978. He did not know how to cry. He did not know how to ask for help. And even when it was offered, he didn't know how to accept it. Thank you.
We are one. And we have got to love, I love myself, right? We've got to love ourselves and then love others. So we got to talk about unconscious masculinity. That equality is seen as a threat, vulnerability as a weakness, and loneliness becomes blame of others. It's hilarious to me how these incel groups say, well, women, smart women are the cause of all the problems in this country. Well, I think dumb women would also be the cause of all the problems, right? I mean, I'm just saying. Brigham Young himself, with 4 wives, said he'd rather his daughter be educated than his son, because his grandchildren are going to learn at his daughter's knee. They're going to learn at their mother's knee. Unmindful masculinity hurts in so many. Men, the rate of heart attacks that men have, strokes, alcoholism, all of that is related. I'm not a therapist and I don't play one on TV, but I can tell you this incapacity to not fully be yourself. As a black woman, I can tell you the capacity to not fully be myself is at the root of many of my addictions, many of my challenges. Watching the NAACP awards last night, all of them saying how good it feels to be in a place where I don't have to fake in front. I can just be myself. That is healing. And we want men and women to feel that. When women stop performing smallness, domination loses its fuel. When women love themselves deeply, we withdraw from cycles of shame and we release others around us. Liberation is not competition. Black History Month is not anti-white. LGBTQ Pride Month is not anti-straight. And women's empowerment is not anti-male. We're looking at the system that says because you love someone in a certain way, you're not good. Because your skin's a certain color, you ain't good. Because you have a certain gender. Okay, how crazy does it even sound saying it out loud? We're looking at the systems that want to divide us, that want to deny our oneness. We are one, and we've got to check and work on and expand and evolve our compass, our consciousness. Liberation is not competition, it is awakening. When women set boundaries, heal trauma, claim leadership, and refuse dehumanization, every woman in here, whether she wants to admit it or not, has a story about some creepy man who made you feel unsafe. Think about Epstein's Island. That is a system. It's not bad men. It's a system. But women are now standing and saying, this is where I draw the line. And we're inviting our brothers to do the same thing. Draw the line at, well, you got to just be tough. No. We're inviting you to heal trauma with us, to love yourselves with us, to claim a leadership that is empowering with us, and to refuse to be dehumanized, that you're only valuable if you can change my tire without crying. No. When we dismantle a consciousness, shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, wanting something instead of knowing that you're enough, anger uncontrolled, and pride based on some delusion in your mind, all of those things harm everyone. When we confront misogyny, we protect women's lives and we allow men to be the amazing, powerful and weak, knowing and don't know, capable and uncapable, able and disabled humans that they are. We are rising. We are each other's neighbors. Some people came to the door and Raven answered it, and I was coming up behind her, and I said, "Are you guys missionaries?" They said, "Yeah." I said, "Thank you, you can keep it moving." Just like that. Raven was like, "Yeah, thank you, but I don't want you at my door with what you have to share. Me. You can go on next door, right? That I have a line of what I'm going to allow, the energy I'm going to allow in my house. And that you trying to bring Jesus to the front door. First of all, y'all don't want to mess with me, right? Right? But again, take your version of Jesus someplace else. Drawing that line, standing in our power. And I said it in a nice way, right, Raven? I was like, I just said you can just keep it moving. Did just like that. Meaning, get off my property. We are neighbors. The power that divides us is not as strong as the love, as the divinity. I love myself so much. I love you. You love you. And you love me. That is the power that no politician can break, no system can break, no division can break. We just have to remember that where we start at is courage. And then we move up to, okay, neutrality. And then, okay, I'm willing. And then, yes, I'll accept it. And then we hit the big four at the top. Love, joy, peace, and enlightenment. It's a journey. Let's take it together. Let's be it together. As Joel was saying, people want to be called they because they're sick of how women are treated and they're sick of how men are treated. So I don't want to be a she and I don't want to be a he. I want to be a they. And while there is more to that, the fact is if we all treated each other with respect, we could care less what the pronouns or nouns were. And so let's start this Women's History Month honoring the divine feminine, allowing a bigger way of being for the divine masculine. Let us rise in ways that expand this room. Let our love for ourselves and others touch so many people that lives are transformed. The goal is not for women to win and men to lose. The goal is for all of us to rise in consciousness. Y'all been good, because I know this was a hard topic, but I appreciate you. All right, Seb, come on, let's bring up this community affirmation. And if you're feeling this, let's say it together. We are rooted in strength and rising in divine authority. We release division and embody higher consciousness. We make space for freedom and dignity for all. And so it is.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
As we step into these few minutes of meditation, I ask you to bring that very truth, that you, when you look in the mirror, are looking at the face of God. And when you're in Kroger South, or Kroguchi, or Kroger Seminary, or Kroger North, or wherever the other Kroger is, or you're at Fresh Time, or you're in the bank, or at the post office, you're also looking into the face of God, of everyone there. Who is my neighbor? There's more than just Karen and Jane that live on either side of me, and Amina across the street. My neighbor is the person that thinks that I'm taking something away from them. My neighbor is the person that thinks I'm not as smart as them because I'm a woman or because I'm black. That person is still my neighbor. Mr. Rogers told us, won't you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? So in this silence, call those to you who will be your neighbor. I invite you to take a breath in and out. Let's sing the most sacred hymn of all. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? I think it's time for the Women's History Moment. All right, Women's History Moment, that's me. So this morning, as we honor Women's History Month, under the theme, Rooted in Her Story and Rising in Her Power, we lift up the remarkable life of Pauli Murray. This is a woman that I'd like to introduce you to. Born in 1910, Pauli was a Black civil rights attorney, legal scholar, poet, feminist, and eventually an Episcopal priest, the first Black woman ordained in the Episcopal Church. And long before the term intersectionality existed, Pauli Murray was living. And intersectionality means that I'm more than just my race. I am my gender. I am who I love. I'm how I grew up. And so when you interact with me, know that I am multidimensional, that there are many intersections to who I am. And she was one of the people to be able to do that. She understood that racism and sexism were not separate systems, but they are intertwined. As a young law student, she challenged segregation and argued that separate but equal was inherently unequal. And her legal arguments would later influence the landmark Brown versus Board of Education, which struck down desegregation. Years later, Ruth Bader Ginsburg credited Pauli Murray's legal reasoning as the foundation to gender equality law. But her brilliance was not only legal, it was spiritual. After decades of, come on in, Nora. After decades of, come on in. The kids want to come in. Thank you, Michelle. After decades of activism, writing, and advocacy, she felt called to ministry. And in 1977, she was ordained an Episcopal priest. Now think about that. In 1977, she was the first Black woman ordained as an Episcopal priest. 1977, not 1877. It wasn't that long ago. She once said that her life was about standing in the gap, bridging the divide. She teaches us that liberation is not a competition. It's not just justice for one, it's justice for all. And when we dismantle systems of depression, we don't divide, we heal.
And so it is. So now we move into the part of the service where we participate in the giving part of the cycle of giving and receiving. I'm going to ask the greeters to please come forward. And as we all know, there's a number of ways you can contribute to Unity of Bloomington. Our website has quite a few opportunities. There's always cash and checks, and there's no limit to how you can give. We also have a corresponding affirmation. Yeah, let's say that together. I am abundant, I am prosperous, and I am one with the unlimited source that exceeds my every need, desire, and dream. I give to Unity of Bloomington with joy. Our giving is prosperity in action. Thank you, Joni Mitchell. Yeah. So greeters, let's come on back up so we can all bless the love offerings. Together, divine love and abundance flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am grateful. Special thanks to everyone who participated in last week's annual meeting, our annual membership meeting. And I especially want to give a shout out to our newest board member, Mary Ellen May. I, for one, could not be happier to have Mary Ellen May representing me on the board of directors. And thanks to everyone who participated in putting this service together. Some of the folks' names are up here, but you know, there's a whole community behind even these folks here. Whoever picked up the flowers, whoever stayed late to clean up after the potluck last week, whoever took the tablecloths home to wash them. I mean, it takes, some people say a village, I'm gonna say a community. So thank you. You matter. We are grateful for and to everyone in our Bloomington community. Now it's time for the prayer for protection. If you'd please stand. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God washes over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Let there be peace on earth in a big circle.